In The Perfect Neighbor, we see body cam footage from police of them responding to 911 calls and complaints from neighbors that are fighting against each other. There's an elderly white woman. She doesn't like the local kids playing outside of her house and on her property, so she's constantly fighting with them and calling the police when they are near her home. Over a series of weeks and months, tensions rise and rise and rise, and one evening the kids are near her home again, and she tells the kids to go away. She says some bad thing to the kids, and then the mother of one of the kids goes to her home and wants to confront her about what she said to her kids. And this elderly white woman gets a gun and shoots through the front door, and the bullets happen to hit this woman, and she is shot. The Perfect Neighbor is directed by Geeta Gandbhir, and this film is her solo directing debut. The way this film is structured is, the start of the film we are told that there's been a gunshot. One of the neighbors has shot one of the other neighbors. We're not sure who at this stage, but we're told at the start of the film that this is what happened, and then after that the film goes back in time to when we see body cam footage from the police of when they're responding to 911 calls of the different neighbors fighting against each other. And then about almost 1 hour into the film is when the gunshot happens, and we find out that this elderly woman who lives by herself at home, she has shot one of the mothers of one of the kids. And then the final half an hour of the film is this white woman. We see her in the questioning room at the police station being questioned about what happened, and that's the final half an hour of the film, just this her answering questions about what happened. And then there's the eventual court case at the end of the film. For me, the first half of the film was a bit of a slog to get through. It's just it gets a little bit repetitive. It's just the body cam footage of the police talking to the neighbors and the kids about responding to the 911 calls, about complaints about the kids being on the property of the old woman. So that was a bit of a slog to get through. It doesn't really get interesting until about the 1 hour mark of the film, so you have to be a little bit patient with this film. All of the good stuff is towards the end of the film. For me, I would have liked a bit more context about this stand your ground laws, because I'm not American, and not everybody who watches this film is American, so we're not really bombarded by these stand your ground laws in other parts of the world. I assume we don't have there's no other country in the world who has such a large possession of firearms than America does. So we don't have these stand your ground laws that America does, and I assume it's on the news all the time, so a lot of Americans do know about these laws. But this film doesn't really give us a lot of details about the stand your ground laws. I would have liked some more details about that, just so we know what this woman was up to. The most interesting aspect of the film was probably the police interviews towards the end, where you can kind of watching her behavior when she at the start she thinks that she's gotten away with this crime, and as we see more and more interviews with her, the police have kind of unraveled her plan, and her demeanor changes, and she kind of goes from confident to confident and kind of like relaxed and cool to like feeling sorry for herself, and like, oh, this plan didn't work. One of my questions I had about the film was, I'm not sure what the law is in the United States, but when she is going in for questioning, she seems to be a smart woman, but she never had a lawyer present while questioning. I think it's possible she could have gotten away with this crime if she decided not to say anything. So she obviously planned this crime, a premeditated crime, or she was found guilty of premeditating this crime. I just wonder why she didn't, when she was planning this crime, why she didn't, okay, if the police do suspect me of doing this on purpose, then obviously she never thought she'll get away. She obviously thought she'll get away with it, but why she never came up with a plan, okay, if I do get arrested, or if they come bring me in for questioning, I call my lawyer straight away, I say nothing. And I just think if she'd taken that path, then she possibly could have gotten away with this crime. I just don't know what the law is in America, if they offer you a lawyer straight away, if they try and talk you out of it just to get you to say as much as they can. So yeah, I'm just curious. Like she's an elderly woman, she seems to be quite intelligent. I wonder why she chose to pretty much look guilty and not say so much, and not use the benefit of a lawyer. I give The Perfect Neighbor 3.5 stars out of 5. This film you have to be a little bit patient with. The first half of the film is just a lot of repetitive body cam footage, but in the best parts of the film are in the second half of the film, when we see the police interviews with the suspect and her behavior changing, and we see the tragic aftermath of what she's done. The film doesn't really explore the stand your ground laws as much as I would have liked, but I still think this has quite an emotional impact, emotional heft to it towards the end of the film. So I still recommend checking out The Perfect Neighbor despite my misgivings. Thanks for watching. What did you think of The Perfect Neighbor? Please comment below what you thought of the film. See you next time. Bye.